Germany's banking and financial services hub. Here at the city's Westhafen docklands is Druckwasserwerk. A century ago, goods were loaded onto ships here. Now the former factory hall is a restaurant. Head chef Philipp Wiese runs the kitchen. He specializes in local German cuisine, which is not usually known for being refined.
German cuisine is difficult. We have a lot of classic dishes, but they have to be cooked well. Sometimes it's harder to revive or reinterpret old dishes than to invent new ones.
The 26-year-old chef and his team prepare traditional German dishes of a gourmet quality. The menu, which changes weekly, features hearty meals with lots of meat and seasonal produce.
It's important to me to have fresh ingredients. We also try to offer regional dishes and import as little as possible from abroad. No frozen food. Everything is homemade here.
That's why Philipp prefers to buy his ingredients at a local market. Frankfurt's Kleinmarkthalle offers a huge selection of fruit and vegetables. For example, white turnips. The vegetable was very popular in Europe in the Middle Ages. The green fruit is a patty pan squash.
The navette, or white turnip, tastes slightly sweet. It's got lots of carbohydrates, so it goes well with our patty pan squash.
The chef uses fresh vegetables and seasonings like allspice, different kinds of pepper, juniper, and bay leaves for his marinade.
I use filet of beef for the Sauerbraten because it's the best meat there is. It's low fat, it melts in your mouth, it's just great. The classic Sauerbraten is made with subprime steak and stewed, but this is a different experience. It's like day and night.
First comes the marinade, from root vegetables, spices, red wine or broth, and a mild vinegar. Philipp Wiese uses a balsamic vinegar that's been aged for 8 years. The ingredients are brought to a brief boil. Then the meat is left to steep.
It's important to cool the marinade so the meat doesn't start cooking right away. The Sauerbraten should be kept cool for 2 or 3 days. Cover it with foil and turn it a couple of times a day.
Next, the vegetables are peeled and cooked in butter at medium heat. Add chopped parsley if you like. The next step, preparing the gravy.
I've taken the root vegetables I used for the marinade, seared them and deglazed them with our marinade, added some red wine, balsamic vinegar, a bit of beef broth, then reduced it somewhat, thickened it with starch and seasoned it with salt and pepper.
Finally, the marinated beef goes into the pan.
We sear the filet evenly on all sides, just briefly, to close the pores and keep the juice in the meat.
The meat is perfectly cooked if it's still pink in the middle, like this. In Germany, Sauerbraten is a classic winter dish, but in the olden days it could grace a banquet table. Turnips and squash can be replaced by other seasonal vegetables as a side dish.
Here's the Sauerbraten, perfect for this cold time of year.
The traditional dish Sauerbraten is one of the favorites on the menu at the Druckwasserwerk restaurant.